Good evening. Welcome to our live Facebook. And this evening, an update on what's happening to the market. As promised, every Wednesday I come to you live with the market update. And if you've been following me every Wednesday, I'd like to let you know we've been right and spot on in many of our analysis, how well this market is going. But this evening, our focus will be on the AI stock market. Okay, now we want to pay particular attention to the sell-off that we saw on the 4th and 5th of November, which was last week. So we anticipated that the market was going to be selling off, but what we didn't anticipate was the market rebounded so fast. By the time we say this title, how to use the stock market dip to your advantage, market already rebounded. But nevertheless, I want to share with you how you can use Pentagon Guider, our algo and patented from our company, to help you in your advantage, how you can buy in those stocks if you are not in the market yet. And also we're looking at a couple of stocks and also not related to the AI, perhaps the energy sectors, as they are also showing good signs. So let's get on with tonight on our talk, how to use the stock market dip to your advantage. And of course, our company, if you do not know us, we are the first Malaysian digital investment advisor license holder, and we are able to give buy and sell call. And of course, our Pentagon Guider, which is our flagship product, has the buy and sell signal in here. And if you are not a VSA 360 member yet, just a word, we'll be raising our VSA 360 prices. If you are not, please do join, else will be 3988. But for our existing member, we remain to be same. All right, for that one. And not to be outdo, we wanted to know how well we could fare, and we submitted our Pentagon Guided Algo and we came to be a finalist in the Investment Tech of the Year, as such that right now we didn't make it to being the winner, but we were the finalists, and we're kind of happy too. And there are lots of winner in there. Also, mark your calendar if you are looking for AI assisted in your investment decision training. We have this 4-hour course for 168 ringgit in here, where I will showcase to you and teach you how to use AI in your advantage. How to build AI generative to help you to power a lot of your decision making, also using that. And let's take a look at the FBN KLCI today. So definitely we're going to be logging in into our trade VSA 360 in here, and as such that I want to show you this today. Let me just make it a bit smaller, it's more compact in here, and you could see we have uptrust. Okay, this was this evening closing, and the market was down minus 0.2% in here. So every time, as I said before, market is trying to make an upper hand, we have this uptrust. So yet to be seen what's going to happen in here, but usually when you get uptrust followed by a down bar, but it's holding out at this level in here, market not ready to go up. We also want to check out what is our usual foreign fund flows, which actually did take where the market is likely going. But right now you can see at 1640, this remains to be the upper so-called resistant, right? 1640, and some analysts pointed up to 1650 being the year-end high. If this is the year-end high, which means right in November, we will be seeing correction all the way to December, right? This may be, as I said before, right, if the market could not break up, maybe just the upper hand that we needed. But right now we are seeing risk on for the US market, which I will touch on next on that one. Next, we also look at the US NASDAQ, right? So we can go to the NASDAQ here. I'm going to go on to 3 months. So we can see US NASDAQ made a new high up here, but red pentagon came in. There were a lot of high volume buy here, but this was the 4th and the 5th. Remember the 4th and the 5th, which I just talked about, the huge sell-off that we see in the US market. And we can also switch on to the NASDAQ here that you can see. Let me just bring this up. So this is what I'm actually anticipating. The market swing down followed by a spring. That is where the announcement of the likelihood of the US government reopening, and then as such we have a big move on 10th of November. That was Monday. Then yesterday a bit of pullback, and today I think they are reopening on Thursday morning. So that is actually picking up the market to really go. But we still have this double top here at 26,200 level in here. That's a double top, and if the market could not break down, then you'll see the market will come back eventually. This is what we are concerned is. But right now it's still red pentagon. We are thinking ahead. The last one, the green pentagon, was pretty good, and it did go up until red pentagon in here, so it was spot on, right? And right now we are still in the red pentagon, so as such we still believe this market may not able to ride on it. So a lot of optimism on this, and that's why we're calling it to buy on dip, especially if you are a more experienced trader. More experienced trader, we always say that you want to use this opportunity to buy on dip here. All right, this is where the market is likely to push up from here. Then we go on to wicks. Wicks is the measurement of the fear that we see in the market. All right, we see in the market. So right now, let's take a look at the wicks. Usually we are looking at 30. 30 is where the market usually U-turn. Last round we had it, and this round, this AI bubble was only hitting 22 points. So it was a very minor correction. But a lot of stocks, due to the earnings that was released, was good, but instead it also well on sell-off. Definitely one of them was AMD. You could see went through a sell-off too. Here was that 6th of November, sell-off on the 7th, and then right now 237, but right now it's opening up to 253. That is a big jump. Okay, when it open up, it'll be here. That's a 5% in here. So a lot of the so-called semiconductor stocks are not dying. So if you do hold this stock for the longer term, continue to hold it. Why I say that? Because if you look at the channel, this is the channel from our trade VSA going upwards, it is still on the lower bound side in here. It's worthwhile to take a look, and you can see last round there was a green pentagon that was pretty good. The market goes up, and then you have green pentagon, and then when you turn back red, that's when you move out. So I do think that the green pentagon is coming soon, and that's precisely how our copy SMARTRobie works too, by following all these green pentagon, taking profit at specific location or strategic point like TP1, TP2, and then cut loss if the trade doesn't work. That's how you do a systematic trader or quad trading from them. So that looks pretty good for these stocks. A lot of the stocks you can see, AMD as well, Microsoft, TSM, they follow very similar. Now next one we're going to look at is Dow Jones. Dow Jones has a good pickup last night, and it does look like it is breaking up high. Now if you look back at the Dow Jones, have you seen the green pentagon yet? I think it's coming soon, tomorrow or tonight. You can see yesterday the 600 point move up, and that was a good one. And I think once you take out this 48,000, which we already is the futures, just a couple more points, that will point to a green pentagon coming soon. Okay, this green pentagon is going to push up, and the market is going to go higher. For our FKLI market, we still have to wait as it's forming the double top. Now we also want to look at the FKLI, which is the if you're not a member yet, this is where you want to look at. We go back, right, and we want to look at the what we call the monthly. Yes, this is the one. So this is the monthly seasonal that we have seen so far. Month of November should be a positive, okay, right? We see that. Month of September we were expecting a negative return, but it came out as a positive. So right now we are just, KLCI is just minus 0.26% total return, and you can see November is actually at 1.4%. Okay, so the return of 1.4%. Now what I've said just now, if the KLCI made a double top and started to string back down, then it is this as much as it did. This December, which I talk about it, if you all remember previously, the December rally only came in the last 2 days. The last 2 days, 30th and 31st. That has been the pattern on the 23rd, 2023 and 2024. Will we see this on the last 3 days in December, which is coming soon, about 1.5 months from now? You know, I have lived through since 2016, and now I pretty much remember what was the end of the year likely to be. So you can see from December right? That is a very positive month. That's what they target the Christmas rally. But from the chart wise, I've showed you, we are seeing a likely double top. Now next we want to go on is the foreign funds. Let's take a look at the foreign funds. QL is down 3% today. That was a big move. And yes, we have foreign funds just on top me here. Foreign funds are back for the last 4 days. So that's positive. So we have positive 198 million up here, and then another 160 million. So that's good. So as long as the positive fund flows are coming in, and also another chart I think many of you may have known is the USD versus the ringgit. Okay, the USD versus the ringgit has actually moved very favorable. We are right now at 4.13, and the market broke through the 4.18, and it's been hovering around here. So this is also in anticipation, I believe, is the lower interest rate. But again, ringgit, we are doing well also, right? Let's look at Singapore dollar MYR. This is also very, very positive. Still 3.17, you can see. So the last 3 weeks, you can see ringgit becoming stronger, a lot of currency, right? We haven't seen this for a long time. We are going back to 3.17, but all the while, ringgit has been hovering about 3.3. Is this for sure, or is this a new trend that is setting, or this temporarily? We will know soon once the interest rate cut that comes in and what kind of trend we see from here. But right now, the ringgit is accelerating up and getting stronger across the board with many currency here. Okay, we've done the foreign funds, so the foreign funds are coming in. Now, the AI bubble, which set up what we talk about so far in last week, is the AI bubble that was coming up because of the corrections that we've seen when you see Palatine drop off. Fear index, that's a VIX, you can see here. Fear index surged 10%, and that's the one that shot up to 22. It's not such a big deal actually, you think of it, right? They just sort of made things up here, and let me just show you what I mean. So the VIX fear index did not go as, no doubt it surged 10%, but respectively, you must learn how to read the chart. You can see this is where it surged through, right, on the 7th. Okay, on the 7th, the big key thing was on the 7th, and then came back down in here. So usually this is a sign of an upthrust, right, with a long tail. That means stronger days is coming soon, ahead of the market in here. And right now, if the market were to stay below 20 points, very, very positive. Very, very positive going in here. So this was the news that scares a lot of people, but as I showed you before, it was a nice correction. And what do you think? Let me know. Is it an AI bubble warning, or is it an opportunity for you to buy? Now, let's look at what does it mean to buy on dip. Now, previously on my earlier talks, for some of our members you may have known, I talk about the 3% gain in 5 days with volume, right? Check out one of the videos. I said that is one of the market recovery, and that's what we also see this coming round in here. 3% up in the next 5 days. If it does, this is where the dip is completing. It's started to push up in here. Now, how we do this is that what you want to do is just look at NQ, okay? And so you can see from here, this 3% up. So we put it from the low side here to here. That's already a 4%, okay? And we want to see some increased volume. So it stays up here and it go above this line here. And even if we push it from this level here, it's almost 2%. If you break here, yeah, 2.5. So close to 3%, and it's set us in 5 days, okay? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it stays up. That means this buying on dip is happening. This is the dip, okay, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't believe me, next week come back and check it again and see what you think. I think the conviction is important. Once you learn all this, you either follow them or you don't. But I do think many of you who are listening are already have some stock. You bought it long time ago, and you want to listen to me for reconfirmation that, hey, this dip is nothing to be worried about, and it's going to be rally, Christmas rally for the month of November and December. And I do think it is. The only concern I have is when NASDAQ hit 26,200. Now it's 25,000, okay? So that's another 1,200 points. Will it form a double top? All right, so that will be another session in live Facebook continue to follow me at that time. So this is my only concern. Now for our Bursa, we already reached this, the double top, 1620 today. Okay, so you saw the QL sell off 3% in here, but foreign funds are buying, so it's going to be a mixed picture. If today the Dow Jones or the Nasdaq move up favorably, let's see, our market will sort of move sideways. But what has already been done is done. The KLCI right now is facing double top, and it is a sign or resistance. The market's going to be coming back in here. Okay. So the first catalyst is a lot of talk about the interest rate. Now that the Donald Trump is back in inning, and the so-called slowing of the economy, right? There were some inflation figures coming out here not favorable. So at that time, JP Morgan was warning about the rate cuts, and if everybody was expecting it, it didn't come, it will sink the stock. So for the latest next Fed meeting up here, okay, my pencil, you can see that, right? It's going to be on the 10th of December, which is about 28 days from now. So there's a 64% chance of 25 basis point to 50 basis point. Then there is a 35. Now this, you can go over to the US Fed Watch, which I always bring it up to get the member in shape. With all these macro points that we have, is to keep you in mind, and all you gotta do is just follow me and see some of the points that I talk about continue to come true, and you are able to ride this so-called rally towards the year end in here. So that's the first catalyst. We have the 25 basis point. Likely we'll see a cut on the 10th of December. Still good, okay, 64% in here. Second catalyst is the US government reopening, and then we got something like 9 Democrats came in, voted against their own team members within the party. So it's going to be some furry or angry Democrats against the other Senate who voted that. But right now, Donald Trump would have said he have won the so-called conflict between the Democrat and over the shutdown, which has lasted more than 40 days. I believe it's 40 days. So with that in mind, a lot of the so-called institutional are putting risk on, because at the same time, if you look back, November, December is also a very bullish period for the year-end November, and usually in November and December you get another perhaps 6%. Now for the members, remember I talked about this yesterday on Tuesday on our monthly orientation. So premium members, you get that extra lesson from me. So that is going to be pushing the market going higher from here. So this is the second catalyst. So let's look at the data stocks for some of our local members who really into this, or you want to start off with the US stock. But let's start on with the Malaysian stocks that will also piggyback in it. Now you may notice that the KLCI is not going higher, but some of these stocks are. So our goal is actually using the Pentagon Guider or the SMARTRobie apps to look into this. So we're going to bring up the app here, or I'm just going to show you the chart. So first one we will be looking is Powell. Okay, and let's see. So Powell, where is it? Powell has green Pentagon. Okay, so this is a nice base. You have a double bottom in here, lots of support. Okay, that's good. So not ready yet. So this is actually a good level to be buying. The last round, if you're going to get a nice rally in here, then you got a bit of resistance here, 59 cents. So that was a low sweet spot in here. It's not going to go up straight like KGB. KGB is really a beast. Okay, now it's corrected in here, holding at 540. Haven't turned green Pentagon yet. Let's see. It's been running for some time. So a lot of stocks that run like this is very exceptional in here. So Power is just a normal. Now let's take a look at TNB, which is also a good dividend player. So if you're looking for dividend and something that is strong, Tengaga maybe your play. All right, I can see it's forming a nice support in here. Lots of accumulation. Green Pentagon and ready to move up. So for the year is minus 10%. So I don't think it will stay minus 10%. Pretty bad. Last year was pretty good. Last year was up 48%. So this year maybe 4-5%. So boleh lah. I think can get a bit more from here. Let's look at Powell. Powell. Okay. So these are something you can pick it up. Okay. Here it's up 15%. Okay, so Tenaga may be a better bet if you ask me, because Tenaga pay a pretty decent dividend. And it's right at the low base here. And if you look into the metrics, or you can check out, bring out SMARTRobie, which I've shown you. I'm going to bring out SMARTRobie here, okay, and show you this is SMARTRobie. And I don't want to bring too big. Okay, this is where, so I'm just going to hit that, and I have in front of me here. I gotta re-log in again because it's hang there after I didn't play with it for a while. So let's log in again, reactivate back the trade, and we go on to Tenaga. So TENGA, you can see from that, hit that one. So we'll check out the stock comment first. Okay, it's 35% win, and you just need to turn this around. Yeah, it's looking pretty good, right? As I said before, if you look at the chart here, right, unfortunately I can't turn this. It looks very nice. Okay, Tenaga, and let's look at also on the stock fundamentals. Okay, so stock fundamentals for Tenaga is doing 16 times. Is no it pays about 3.8%. Definitely the ROE isn't great, only 7% only. That's why it's not even rated yet. You know, it's sector average about 10% is not profitable. Okay, but 3-year Kage is 19%. So it bought 3 years ago. It has gone up accumulated return about 19%. Okay, so that is for Tenaga. So let me just push this aside here. So the next one we have KGTS. Okay, again, if you join our VSA 360 Premium, you get to get the Pentagon Guider in your trading view. KJTS. Okay, KJTS, and KJTS not yet. Okay, because why? It is still in red Pentagon, so we have to wait for the green Pentagon. Tenaga is better. So that's one of the reasons why you want to use a tool like the Pentagon Guider to make sure your timing is correct. All right, at least you'll be buying at the base, at the support before you move on to the next one. So this is the stocks that we have for the utility. Now let's look at the next one, the data center operator. Okay, in this case we have the YTL Power, which they did open, and I think Jensen came into also not good. Okay, so you can see from here, right at the low base here, it is minus 11%. Okay, maybe year end it will try to go up, but you can see the trend, the channel, the trend is still down. You need to wait for it to rotate up. Even at green Pentagon, market could not reach. Just gaps up here and then sell off. Lots of sellers in here. So stay away first from YTL until you get a bit more of the channel turning up. And this is something the premium VSA 360 will have it too, right? TM next is the Telekom Malaysia. So Telekom Malaysia, apparently it doesn't work like that. TM, this is where we have to scroll. Many stock, all TM one. Wah, susah sikit. Here we got it. So TM slightly better. You can see TM right now it's sloping up. Hasn't turned green Pentagon yet. You can see red Pentagon here, but this was that big move. I think it was only in the last minute, came back down. And usually for for the large cap stock, when the market closes like this, generally these are all fake one. I think someone have a fat finger, press it, and that's what you see. The market actually shoots up from here, and from here onwards, the market looks better, much better. Telecom, and then we look at time.com. So you can see generally for our Malaysian shares, a lot of them are still trending down. Correct not? So when we talk about the AI and data center, belum lagi lah. Still red Pentagon. You see here? This one green, then only go up, then tak boleh. See, come back down again. You see, upthrust, a lot of weakness. So as the market go up, there's a lot of people selling, not conducive yet. So put these stocks like time.com, telecom.com, and YTL in your checklist. In SMARTRobie, we have a watch list that once the green Pentagon come, you will get notified of them. Okay, so follow me on the breakfast show on Monday, and I'll definitely show you how to put that. But it's not that difficult. Open up the SMARTRobie chat, put in these stocks, and then watch your watch list. When the red pentagon comes, just turn it on and let us know if there's any issue with it. So those are the Malaysian share. Now let's turn our attention now to the US market. Okay. So for the US market, these are the big ones: Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Avango, Meta. Now if you have any preference you want me to go to, type it in the comment below, because I'm not able to go to 12 of them. I'm just going to be selective from here onwards. If you have any of these stocks you want me to review them for the US and AI, so you're able to buy on dip. For Malaysian one, I think only Tengaga lah. Let's put it. I like Tengaga only, and it pays a 3.8%, and the trend is actually turning up. Okay, so that's the one I see. So let's look at the US market. Let's take a look at I'll probably look at the top 3 first. Okay, followed by AMD and also Palantir. Okay, let's look at Nvidia. So if you have any preference you want me to look at, so you can see from here, yes, the market is sort of sharing. It's like hit the top here, cannot go up, so sangkut. It's not that quick recovery. It didn't give a chance to recover. So this is not that healthy too, the way I see it. So it might just move sideways a bit before we pick up. You can see this is definitely a reversal. So there's still a lot of fight, not ready yet. This is what I want to see, where you have closely strong, what we call cluster of closers and low volume in here, then it will jalan. Okay, let's look at Microsoft. Microsoft also same thing. You can see pre is going up here. The red pentagon was spot on. You can see market sell all the way down, Okay, now right now it's right at the old support at 495, but the real support is actually 507. So this 507 still feel that it's not ready to move higher. Just wait for the green pentagon. And one of the ways you want to use it, again, set up the watch list in the SMARTRobie, and then you'll be notified here. Next one we want to look is Avango. Okay, so Avango also same thing, but at least if you look back on the Microsoft, which I don't see, is the trend. You can see the trend channel is sort of just moving sideways. Okay, and let's look at Nvidia. So you get this if you upgrade. Nvidia is slightly better. Trend channel is still up, so stay with it. Okay, so what I do is I stay with it. Avango also up. Alright, so last one, second last one is TSM. Okay, Taiwan Semiconductor. Taiwan Semiconductor also strong. You can see trend is settling up, but hasn't turned green pentagon yet. If you're ready to go, again, put it into your watch list. When the market is ready to move up, then you go from here. That will be the Taiwan Semiconductors. Okay, TSM, the market move up from here onwards. Last one is Palantir. Okay, Palantir here, you can see here we got red pentagon, but there's no follow through. There are a lot of this again was the 6th of November sell-off. Then the market jumped back up 8%, which what it intended. So right now again, this one is just slightly move sideways. So if you're longer term on this one, put your support here around 167 and let it run until the month of December. Okay, month of December. So last but not least, a very good chart here is IBM. You can see IBM, after the market gone up, turning back in here. This is one of the best chart I've seen. Right, you can see a nice, what we call cup and handle, and ready to move up. So this one is going to start moving up much better, clear all the resistance except for the upthrust in here going from here. So these are the stocks. So if you have any stocks you want me to look at, and then we also have the Magnificent 7, the Magnificent 7 stock, which is an ETF. You can go on this one in here. Maybe you just take a look at one. MAGS, okay, MAGS. Rather than buying all, you can buy this one. Magnificent 7 year to date is 22% return. You can see a very similar, right? Hasn't turned. Trend is still up, so that looks pretty good. And you can see market now opened up at $67. Alright, so why can the US market still rally to year end? Because what I've talked about 2 weeks ago, the profit margin, and also a lot of the stocks are doing well. It's just that we saw that correction, and let's hope that will be the last correction, because also in the mind of many people, they are thinking about the 1929. But I don't think this bubble is coming. Rest assured, I don't think this is coming. Key factors, we have a steady CPI. We're going to have an interest rate cut, hopefully on the, what day was that? I share with you just now. Remember or not? 12th of December, either a 25 basis point or 50 basis point. And the AI revolution, like it or not, if you are the anti-AI camp, then you'll see the market's going to go up. If you are the for AI revolution 2.0, then I think the market's going to go up in here. The charts does not give a best picture in here, but the macroeconomic does give a good function where we are going up. But chart-wise, couple of them like IBM looks pretty good and solid from there onwards. So if you have 10,000 US dollar as an investor, the most prudent way, I think you allocate to the ETF, S&P 500, maybe max 2005, and the balance, you want to put a Robi FA stocks. Okay, so let's take a look at the Robi FA stocks. And what I mean here, I found a couple of them, so I'm just going to switch over to the US market here. And we'll go on to the Robi FA stocks. Right, definitely you can download this in here. So one of them is actually APA, which is a 6 out of 8, and it's only $24. Okay, now this one is energy stocks. Okay, because Dow started to rally back. APA, okay, APA. Okay, Dow started to rally back, and you can see, okay, yep, see here, market push up, pre is $24. This one is going to be a slow trend. He hasn't really turned up yet. Okay, so but you look at the fundamentals. The fundamentals looks pretty good. So we click on APA and we go on stock fundamentals. I think it does pay a good dividend for this one here, and you can see the sector average is 7 ROE of 20 times, and it's a 4.5. It's a mid cap stock. Okay, so for example, if you want to know the financials, you can always go to the trading view from here onwards, and then you just push up in here, and yeah, you can see a lot of the financials in your dividend, 4.07 income, yep, net income, quarterly, you can go on to annual, right? The net margins are falling actually. This is why the net margins, oh no, it's not too bad actually. So I have to put my mouse here. Well, you can go back and just try it. So it's not that difficult. So it's all linked here. So I'm just going to hit the back here. So APA looks pretty good. And now we're going to get back. Yeah, oh, that's my SMARTRobie here. So a lot of these you can click on the trading view in here, or you can click on the website, find out more about it. I do think APA is he's going to be announcing the third quarter result good, and perhaps that will drive this stocks higher in here. Now energy stocks has been in a play if they do have some sort of connection to the data center. Alright, definitely some of the green energy stocks did perform better. So check out the others and look for some of these stocks that has good FA and good dividend payment, like this guy, 4.4% dividend. Okay, let's push this aside here and then move on. So we did analyze this, some of the regular stocks that I talked about, they continue to do well. Now one of the services I think some of you I've talked about is for Copy SMARTRobie for the US market diversify. Now how Copy SMARTRobie works is that we will send you the buy signal together with the target profit, together with the exit price, and when we buy that stock through my own account in here, and when we sell that stock, we will also send you this. This is one way you can learn paper trade first, so you can learn and copy SMARTRobie or following me. I also follow SMARTRobie lah. When SMARTRobie tell me buy, I buy only lah. The quantity, I leave it up to you. We have some suggested quantity on the buy level in here, so you can open up with any of the Malaysian broker, whether it is Mumu, Rakuten, Vibu, UOB Kay Hian, CGS. I leave it up to you, but definitely learn to trade by copying the winning move will certainly help you in here. So because of the sell-off that we saw on the 4th and 5th, the Copy SMARTRobie trade actually went down to 14%. Okay, previously we were at 17%. I'm back in yet. So I'm going to give you a link from here onwards after this. So why Copy SMARTRobie is because you will learn to paper trade for. You will follow how SMARTRobie goes in and go out. And I think that's also wonderful if you're going to be do-it-yourself investor. So sometimes there's so much learning and the market ready to move up. So here you can copy it, you can paper trade it without emotion. When they ask you to buy, you buy, and learn to trust the algo. All right, like what we do, we spend a lot of time developing this algo that you can benefit. And most importantly, you don't miss the opportunity, just like, where the algo picks up in here. I think one of the trades we are in are learning to be good. Actually, one of those trades were in the earlier stocks that we review. All right, so the whole point here is start off with a 10,000 US dollar. So if you don't have it, you can do fractional, just maybe do a 1,000 US dollar, and then 300 for each trade, only 3 trades, okay? There's a fee for that, and right now we're doing a promotion for 29 ringgit, and you get it for 3 months, and you get to use 3 months of SMARTRobie monthly pass. So that's really a good deal too. So basically, it's almost free to give you a try out. So this is the results that we have. So I'm just going to give it to you here, so you can benefit from this for our SMARTRobie. Okay, there you go. This is the result here. So let me go to the SMARTRobie. So you can click this on the QR code. So one way you can do that, you can go to Trade VSA. All right, go it here. Then you can see this. Learn more. Click on this one here. All right, and you can see what is the win rate. Right now it's 14%, slightly just below 15. And this was that couple of trades that we lost. Win rate is around, what was the win rate here? 52%. Okay, which is quite modest. Win per trade $125 for a $3,000 size. Profit factor of 1.3. Maximum drawdown is 5.5. That looks pretty good. Okay. So here is that we hit a high of 12,000. Then the market. This is where we have that loss lah. Okay. So let me just widen it up. You can see the 5% loss. Emerson, Hewlett Packard, all this. And if you click on that one, it actually show you the chart. Right? Just look at it. So this was very, very funny, this chart. AIG opened up. There was earnings on that day. And the earning was not so bad. But then the market sell off. No choice, we have to cut. But it was ready to push up high. US is very funny one. When there are institutional selling like this, you will get it in here. But hopefully we don't hit too many of those. We did had a good one was Skyworks, that you can see from here. Right? There was a good earnings came out. No, not was earning. There was a merger. Skyworks, we've been bought up by this, but eventually you can see once the market goes up, you need to exit, and then the market started to come down all the way down. Okay, so sometimes when the market goes up, you need to exit on that one. Okay, so that was a good one in here, but since then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses in a row. Hopefully that's about it, but we don't know as the market comes back. So about your optimism in the market. All right, so we done the entry is pretty simple. What it does, it looks for the Pentagon guider, and it has very interesting is use the call rating. So it has an algo based call rating that rates the call as it goes up, right? And then the market will try to follow the trend. But that was this what we saw the 4th and 5th. You can see XLC 4th and 5th, where we saw the market correction. The market started to correct much earlier in the XLC. PepsiCo was a good one. You can see even PepsiCo, right, market also trend back down, just like what we saw the correction. A lot of stocks wanted to go up, and if those stocks tend to have some institutional selling in here. So point is, we cannot run away from the overall market trend. So if the market trend doesn't do so well, we tend to be affected too. So what we're trying to do is to make sure we keep up with the momentum of stocks, and eventually hope to beat the S&P 500. We don't beat it all the time, but at least producing a positive return for you if you're trading the US market. But keep that in mind if you wanted to learn, mirror, and learn how to trade the US market. This is definitely one great product at a very affordable price for you. Okay, so for summary of the SMARTRobie, you can earn money while you learn, gain the confidence, right? Trade 24/7 even when you're asleep for the SMARTRobie. So the understanding here is the market, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and stage 4, which we'll talk about. So a lot of stocks, when we're looking at this, right, you can see this market move up to stage 2. So right now, here at this junction, let me just draw this, okay, here. So if the market were to break back down, this, we are talking about a stage 3. Okay, this will be stage. This is definitely a stage 2, which is very good. So the market pull back. So right now, we have to have this Inari technology stocks going up higher. We got only one sign of strength. We got the nothing here, We got a lot of support here, so it should able to hold at this level in here. Market stages, you can see from here, is also pointing higher. So I do think this Inari, a technology stock, will point higher. Now, of course, if you have any stocks you want me to look at, I'm happy to bring this and show you that. Now, next one, also technology stock, same thing. You can see we have this stage 2 going up. Okay, then the market moves sideways as we saw the sell-off. That was on the 4th and 5th. Pull back a bit more. This has to be the resting point. From here onwards, we want to see an uptick move of JF Tech, very similar to the Inari stocks in here. How important the fact that TNG is below 200 while power and jet are above? Okay, good question. All right, Tom, let's look at Tenaga, is it? Okay, let's look at. Now, if you look at Tenaga, okay, now Tenaga is below 200-day moving average, and it has been around this for some time, the 10% in here. And Tenaga is a big heavyweight. So once the foreign funds start to come in and buy, it's got to push up in here. Eventually, it's going to go back up. But the question, we do not know. Now, if you look at the KJTS, these are much smaller company. So it has been running for a while. Now, remember, KJTS is also in what kind of business they are doing? Let me see. Okay, financials. We go to the website here. They are in support services. What else they do? They are oil and gas, and they are generally a construction company. Yeah, cooling tower, facility, cleaning. So it's more direct. And again, this one is only 1 ringgit. So open for more speculation than the others. But generally, it's a good question. Now, if you look at Powell, okay, this one is staying above 200. It's still in the downtrend. You can see this is a support, not ready to move up. So if you are being conservative, I'd rather trade the Tenaga, because Tenaga at the year end, if there's any rally right at the support, you still get that 4% in your play. But this one in here, you can see holding up, and it's a penny stock. If there's a sell-off, it might not push this stock further down. All right. Now we have Tom, CLFT. This CF, okay, CFLT, Confluence. Confluence looks pretty good, all right? Nice uptrend in here. The earnings, and this is a killer. Every time when there's an earning, can die one, no? You can see green pentagon here, pop, 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 then just drop 30%, and the market now is coming back, and then there's an earning in here. On the positive side, it pops up slightly. Right now, green pentagon looks pretty good. Okay, and it's, this is software company, right? I think Confluence. 8 billion, okay, not too bad. It looks at the Confluence. It's an Amazon Cloud, multi-data order. But yeah, it's loss-making. But as a trade, I think it's okay. It's around $24 in here. $8 billion. Treat it like that. So as such, remember, Pentagon Gouda, powered by the rules of the VSA, the creator of volume spread analysis in here, and also Monday breakfast show, I'll be back in here. Our trade VSA have some of the best features. Premium alert is pretty interesting in here, but sometimes I just don't have the time to look at them and trade. So we try to automate as much as possible using copy SMARTRobie, and we are looking forward to introduce more services that you could use. If you have not upgraded or thinking of renewing our premium membership, do so before we start raising the price. All right, we started the CV5. I think now we are at CV6 in here. The maintenance was down, and don't forget, right, share this telegram with your friends so that they can benefit from the market. My last point is that I do feel that this market is ready to move higher, and I think you need all the information that you have already gotten. Now what you need is just the confidence, and I think if this market were to rally, everyone will be happy. Okay, I think set aside the emotion, just look out for some of those things I talk about, like the date of the US interest rate and also the chart. Else, this is a good market to be going up. Alright, that's all I have for tonight. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your company. My members, Joseph, Tom, and also and some of you who have not signed in. All right, don't forget, get our copy SMARTRobie if you want to learn to trade the US market in here. So that's all for tonight. Thank you for coming. Good night.